Hello, friends from around the globe. Welcome to World Unity Week April Assembly. My name is Irina Morrison. We are just 8 weeks away from World Unity Week number 4. And again, this year, with the beginning of World Unity Week, we are entering into 99 Days of Peace through Unity, commencing in June and closing with Peace Week in September. But this year, there's something new on the horizon. New Earth is rising, and we must rise with her as leaders, guides, and role models, leading into the future without a map, pioneering transformational force that it's upon us. We must unlock next level potential individually and collectively to match these complex times. But we have gratitude for the changes to come, and through unified action, we'll continue to foster hopes and aspirations. And so it begins today, right here, right now. Thank you so much for being with us. There's so much to unpack and share. So I will invite our beautiful sister Anasuya to open officially.
Thanks, Irina. Anasuya's just coming in the room. She had a little bit of a time mix up. So let me jump in there as well. Just while we'll keep an eye out for Anasuya, who's jumping in. We've got an amazing lineup of speakers and visionaries, musicians, artists, thought leaders, and people who are really doing the work coming here today. And it is really exciting, as Irina has mentioned. We've been working towards this now for the last few months, building up. There's been some major events. Many were in Sedona, and many who weren't in Sedona were connected to what was happening there back just in March with the Igniting the Holomovement event. And we're going to be talking more about how we carry that forward right into World Unity Week and through the 99 days. We're really excited. We've been having lots of conversations with many of the different kind of key people that are stewarding that forward, and it's exciting. We're excited to reveal exactly how this is coming together. It's beautiful. We're going to be hearing from some extraordinary thought leaders as we get into it. We've got some beautiful music, but more than anything, it's just the excitement of being back here again in the assembly, which is very, very exciting. So here's Anasuya coming in, who's going to do our opening. And I just take this chance to welcome everybody, and we're very much looking forward to the next couple of hours with you. We have so much to share with each other. So I'm going to bring Anna. If you can bring Anasuya up, Becky, that would be great. And let's go forward from there.
Anasuya, can you turn on? Oh, there she is.
Says Chief Perry. Welcome, Chief Perry.
Hello.
Hello, Chief Perry.
How you doing?
I am blessed. Hello, everyone. Warmest greetings from my imaginary island.
Oh, my goodness.
Anasuya, take us into today's blessing. I know you had a little bit of a time mix up, but time is with us now. So take us into.
So thank you so much, everyone, for your patience. I'm used to us starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, and there's 2 today. So that's what happens when you go from memory instead of the email. So, so blessings be. Let us all just take a resounding deep breath in to all land in one place in our heart. So let's just breathe in and hold it, and then release through the mouth. And inhale again through the nose, and hold it and feel the air circulating around our heart, and then exhale through the mouth. And one more, inhaling the ocean breeze, the fine mist, and hold it in and let it circulate around our hearts, and exhale again through the mouth. And put your hand on your heart so you can actually feel your heart beating. Feel the miracle of your heart beating. Feel the gift of your heart beating without any participation from you. The miracle that your heart beats and pumps blood because of divine grace, because divine mercy, because you're so loved that it beats for you. You don't have to regulate it. You don't have to remember to push the button and go. You don't have to stop it. It does it because of grace. So in this moment of remembering how blessed we are and how loved we are and how taken care of we are, let's give the first thanks of hallelujah. All of our organs are working because of grace and not because we have anything to do with making them function. That's love. That's unconditional love flowing through us and to us and for us. So Mother, Father, God, the earth, the universe, and all the ways that you express your divine eminence through the air, through our breath, through our blood, through the sounds around us, through nature, all the ways that you express and say, I love you. Thank you for loving us so much to give us so many things that we don't have to do anything for. It's just your grace. We call upon you in gratitude for loving us so much that we get to remember who we are as divine emanations of you. We get to be you for each other. We get to receive your grace and your wisdom and your guidance from each other. We get to bless this world as we have been blessed by this world. Oh, divine eminence of love, we thank you for this opportunity to be in holy circle with our brothers and sisters around the world, this beautiful world that you've given us. Yes, we didn't do anything to make this world either, and yet we have it, so thank you for this opportunity. And we thank you so much for this wonderful system called the internet, the World Wide Web, this web, because one of your expressions is the spider who spins a web of creativity, spins a web of creation. And we are on the World Wide Web of creation that brings us all together and allows us to be here in the same space and time, no matter what time zone we're in, no matter what day we're in, because those in the Southern Hemisphere are in tomorrow. So we just thank you for getting rid of space, time, and distance and all illusions of such and bringing us to this oneness that is our heartbeat. Because as we touch our hearts, we feel we all have our hearts beating together at one time in sync with one another, in a reminder that we are all woven together in your love. So we offer this day inside of our commitment to peace, and inside of our commitment to being ambassadors of love and peace and joy and mercy and compassion. We come together to breathe into that purpose as we start our 99 days to peace. Yay! Wonderful summer journey that we're about to embark on with your grace, with your mercy, with your love, and with the oneness that we all have and are acknowledging in this moment. We say thank you. We say Ashe, we say Aho, we say Amen, and we say Ahawumen. Hallelujah. So be it, and so it is. Namaste.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So it is. Anasuya, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that big, beautiful blessing as we begin our journey today in this assembly up to June and World Unity Week. Thank you for reminding us of all the gifts we are recipients of. May we always remain grateful and humble together as we walk this walk together on this earth. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anasuya. And yes, we join in a resounding hallelujah as we gather today in the community. Amen. Let's go. So friends, we are gathering at the start of this journey up to World Unity Week 2023. And my goodness, we're in our fourth year when hundreds of global organizations came together during the lockdown of 2020 with Purpose Earth and United Religions Initiative and Sign and Unity Earth and so many different organizations unify. They're coming together and saying, let's utilize this unique opportunity and do something global, virtual, online. And the first World Unity Week was born answering the call. And from there, it's just built And just what an incredible journey we've all been on over the last 3 years. You could never have predicted what was going to happen in 2020. And we are really in a new world. We are in a new a phase of human evolution. Everything has changed. The way we work, the way we travel, the way we live, everything has been upended and transformed. And we do have the ability to co-create now this new earth together. So that is extremely exciting as we come together as a community to do this. And one thing about the 99 days, and this is what we wanted to really share with you at the top of the assembly here. One thing about the 99 days this year, which is very exciting, is we're calling all of us, everybody, into action, into co-creative action. Later today, we're going to be hearing from Dr. Tamsin Woolley Barker and about her work about teaming up and using the 99 days for radical collaboration. We are going to be hearing right now from Emmanuel Kunzelman and Laura Rose about the Holomovement and how these 99 days are intentionally set to activate the Holomovement. So what does that mean? Here's what it means in practice. We're going to be calling on everybody to get ready for June to declare your 99-day project, your plan, your push, your mission, your initiative, whatever it is. It can be a mission goal, a business goal, a fitness goal. It's anything that drives you and us forward. So this idea of a 90-day push is very common in business coaching, entrepreneurial circles, corporate world. 90 days, or 99 in our case, 90 days is long enough to do something of significance. Last year, during the 99 days, Sri and Kira in Ecuador built the Pyramid of Peace, the world's largest bamboo structure. They broke ground in World Unity Week and they celebrated it in Peace Week. Incredible accomplishment within the 99 days. What a great example of what can be done in 99 days. It's long enough to do something of significance and it's short enough to push, to sprint, to give it everything. You might not be able to sustain that kind of activity for a year or for 6 months, but we can do it for 90 days. So we're going to be asking and declaring, what are we doing across these 99 days? It could be finish that website. It could be complete that song. It doesn't have to be grandiose, but it can be if you want it to be. It's anything, but we declare it in June together and we celebrate it together in September. And we allow the synergistic magic of the Holomovement, of these interconnected synergy and collaboration, cooperation to help us and to bring us to completion. So it's an experiment in fierce manifestation and in an abundance of manifestation. So we're excited about that. Think about what you would do across the 99 days. What would you declare in June? And look for your co-creators, look for your funders, look for your sponsors, look for your people, that you need to work with to help make this happen. Find them and then complete it by September. Now, there's also going to be lots of invitations for you to join and participate in other missions. So if you're thinking, well, I'm not sure what I would do, don't worry, because there's going to be lots of opportunities for you to jump on the Peace on Earth by 2030 game or the many other opportunities that are going to be out there. This is going to be fun. Last year we did World Unity Week in June. It was awesome. We did Peace Week in September, which was great, but there wasn't a lot going on necessarily on the 99 days. We were singing the song and humming the song, and that was cool. But this year, we're actually going to be doing so much together in fun and in joy. It's not even work. This is our dance. So we're asking you to start thinking about what would you do? What would you declare? What's the project? What's the next stage of the mission that you're in to help kind of declare it and do it together across the 99 days of activating the Holomovement. And all of this is part of stimulating the field, firing those connections. And like this world you see here behind me, on fire and light and a buzz with flame with activity of holy intention and activation, this is the Holomovement at play. So if you're wondering what that means, then you're in the right place, because our next guest really is the principal visionary and driver behind the Holomovement, and it's a power couple of Emmanuel Kunzelman and Laura Rose. Irina, if we could bring them up. These extraordinary couple have been responsible for the ignition of the Holomovement, working closely with the Source of Synergy Foundation, and we'll be blessed to hear from Diane Williams and Deborah Mulder a little later. But it was really your vision, Emmanuel, and supported by your incredible wife and her limitless skills and abilities to really land what happened in Sedona, which was a cascading series of miracles, igniting the Holomovement in the Holy Land of Sedona, Arizona. We are overjoyed to have you with us today at this April Assembly. Thank you for all of your gifts. Purpose Earth is a major primary sponsor of this assembly and of Unity Earth and of the 99 days, and you are blessing so many people in so many ways. We are just honored to have you with us at the April Assembly. Emmanuel and Laura.
Well, thank you, Ben. It's truly an honor to be here in the assembly today, and thank you for this opportunity to continue participating in all the wonderful work that Unity Earth does and World Unity Week. And in particular, we are truly honored that 99 days will be dedicated to the activation of the Holomovement this year. And we're really excited and looking forward to that. Before I say more about it, I would like to hand this briefly over to my wife, Laura. She would like to say a few words and also mention our sponsor, Purpose Earth. So, Laura, have a few words.
It's wonderful to be here with all of you today, and so many of you who are in Sedona. What a special occasion to be together, feel our hearts blended as one, and to know that we're moving forward in such a beautiful way. And Purpose Earth, I think, is sort of a microcosm of all of the beautiful projects that we're going to be launching together. And I want to thank you for your support, for showing up for our events, for honoring all of these grassroots movements around the planet that are finding solutions to some extraordinarily challenging issues in their lives, and doing it with so much love and passion. So we look forward to sharing more of those as we go forward. And it's an enormous honor for Purpose Earth to be a sponsor of this year's Unity Earth events, as always. And many blessings and thanks to you all.
Thank you, Laura. Yes, indeed. Activating the Holomovement for 99 days over the course of the summer. I'm so incredibly grateful and excited about this. For those of you who are not yet that familiar with the Holomovement, there is a book that was just released last month. It's called The Holomovement, Embracing Our Collective Purpose to Unite Humanity. On sale at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And if you'd like to really go into the depths of the different perspectives on the Holomovement, we encourage you to get the book and review the book. We really would appreciate your participation. You know, the book itself was an example of the Holomovement in action. There were up to 53 contributing authors in this anthology. And our dear friend Ben Bowler authored the opening chapter of the book, and many of you on the call today were participants in it. So thank you to everyone who participated in the book and worked so hard to develop this initial concept of the Holomovement. Beside the book, we have a new website up. It's holomovement.net. You can go to this site and get more information there on the formation of the emerging Holomovement. But it's not really emerging. The Holomovement, according to physicist David Bohm, has always been and always will be. It's the unbounded flow of oneness of the entire cosmos. It is what connects what physicist David Bohm calls the implicate order with the explicate order, with the spiritual core of consciousness and the manifestation of physical reality. Oftentimes and throughout human history, we have seen this as a sense of separation, as a dualism, that spirit and matter are two different substances. But we know in our hearts that it is not true, that all is one. And that perhaps is the most important collective identity that we can embrace and understand, because it is all one. And yes, there are differences of appearances, and maybe the table in front of us seems a lot denser than the consciousness in our hearts and minds, but it all comes from the same source. And the Holomovement is now the theory of quantum physics that explains this oneness arising out of the quantum field of infinite potential. And there is that field of infinite potential, and the Holomovement urges us all to look into that field, to access it, and let it flow through us so that we can all realize the infinite potential in ourselves, in others, our neighbors, like-minded organizations, spreading this wave of understanding throughout the world. That's what it is in just a few words. It is the essence, spiritual consciousness in action. So we will be putting up on the website and sending out our proposal for what we are calling Holons of Action during the summer, 99 days, to go into groups, form your Holons, a minimum of 3 people, working together in accordance with the principles of the Holomovement, of the arising new earth, of the new human consciousness. And what Ben said is so true. This is the time that the true new earth, new human, higher consciousness of humanity will come into being, is coming into being before our very eyes. And we do it together by raising consciousness together. It's long been said that new species emerge on the periphery or on the edge of a species population. In this case, we're saying maybe it's just the opposite, that the new human emerges from the center, from the core of all of us. And as we include and embrace more and more, this naturally raises our consciousness. We entrain together as our consciousness floats up, joins together, gives us the opportunity and the vision to be what we were born to be. So join us this year, this summer, forever and always, taking action within the context of the Holomovement for yourselves, for your fellow members of a Holon, for all of your neighbors, organizations, into a worldwide movement where we can work together and link arms in the movement of movements to truly change the nature of society and elevate human consciousness to a new frequency of love, joy, and compassion. So thank you for the opportunity to join you today. Wonderful work that Unity Earth does. Let's make this World Unity Week, 99 days and week of peace, bigger, more beautiful, more profound than ever as we all work together. Thank you.
Bravo, bravo. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Laura. As always, so inspirational. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's get out there in the streets. And I think Emmanuel and Laura, you guys are so incredible because you model not just this beautiful philosophy, which is so wonderful and unifying, but also at the same time, action. You're talking about holons of action, and you're modeling that by being out in the world, by demonstrating it, really in practical ways through your extraordinary financial generosity to so many things. And Purpose Earth is such an incredible shining example of all of that. And the people, Laura, that we meet through Purpose Earth, many of whom are now coming on as World Unity Week ambassadors, it's so touching to see the grassroots, the real change makers on the ground in difficult, complex contexts, actually making this transformation happen. It's very, very moving. When you put all that together, the philosophy, the generosity, the action, the commitment, the courage, and the determination, then, as Antoinette sings, ain't nothing going to stop us now. So thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you, Laura. We love you dearly. We know you have people to host that locally where you are soon. So you must away soon. But thank you so much for being with us and for kicking us off in such a good way, Emmanuel. That was awesome. And Laura, thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you all.
So for so many years, we've all been talking about synergy. How do we get more synergized? How do we stop being in our silos? I'm tired of the word silo. I don't know about you guys. I've been hearing it for years. But, the people who've been thinking, how do we move beyond it and actually be a part of something kind of more connected and integrated and whole and operate at a higher degree of effectiveness in the world, not just everybody doing their own little thing. And it's happening. I can tell you the Holo movement is a fresh wind blowing. Being at the event, being very fortunate and blessed to be there in Sedona, thanks to the generosity of Emmanuel and Laura, you could feel there's something new. There is something new in the wind that's blowing, and the Holo movement is bringing fresh gifts. But somebody who has been at the forefront, plowing tilling the soil of synergy for decades, is our next speaker, who stayed up late from Europe, from the Netherlands, to be with us, the founder of the Source of Synergy. If we could please bring forward the amazing Miss Diane Williams, has been an unbelievable innovator and social spiritual entrepreneur. Diane, you were instrumental in setting up the UN Committee on Spirituality, Values and Global Concerns, which actually launched our whole road to 2020 back in Tillman Chapel in 2016.
Oh, well, I remember that. Yeah.
You're the founder of the Source of Synergy, which is the home for the evolutionary leaders and a major partner in the Igniting the Holo movement event in Sedona. And you just continue a life of brilliant innovation, service, and execution and manifestation. So we're so delighted that you stayed up late to be with us at this assembly. So Diane, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Ben and Irina and everyone from Unity Earth, and Emmanuel and Laura of Purpose Earth, Anasuya for your lovely meditation, and everyone that made this assembly possible. And it's just wonderful to be together with all of you to celebrate a new Earth rising. So I was thinking today, when we reflect on this theme, one might ask, what would that look like for our Earth and its Earthlings to rise anew in unity? And what came to me when reflecting on this is the analogy of baking bread. And first you have to do the preparation stage and knead the dough. So the yeast creates gluten and enables it to rise. And then it takes time for the dough to undergo its growth and expansion process. And it only rises when it's ready. And when it's finally ready, it often rises to double its size in an exponential fashion and takes on a totally new form. So by supporting World Unity Week, as well as 99 Days of Peace Through Unity, and the activation of the Holomovement that puts the good of the whole in the forefront, we are making a public declaration together that we are ready to rise as a new Earth and grow exponentially in radical cooperation, as John always says, and convergence at this very significant moment of choice, when our future truly depends on planetary scale synergistic cooperation. And I love what you were saying, Ben. I love the vision of the 99-day challenge, where we are asked to realize some aspect of our individual and or collective purpose, and to make a declaration, a pledge, or a sacred word to do something that supports the good of the whole. And surely all of these declarations will go out into the field and grow exponentially, as the bread does, and they will connect up with all of the other declarations and envision projects and books and music and art and holons of people with the same mission, etc. And even a very simple intention like deciding to do one random act of kindness every day for each of the 99 days, and hopefully every day after that, would make a tremendous impact. And as we know, kindness is something that grows. Studies have shown that if others see you helping someone else, they'll be filled with those same feelings, those same hormones, the feel-good hormones, making them significantly more likely to do the same. So being kind boosts serotonin levels and endorphins and dopamine. And if you perform just one act of kindness a day, your body is flooded with the same hormones that make you and the person you've helped calmer, happier, and healthier. by decreasing stress and anxiety and boosting your and the person you're helping's immune system. And there's also evidence that spreading kindness helps people see their lives as having meaning and a sense of purpose and direction. So we know that's a big part of Purpose Earth. So these individual and collective actions are the metaphorical yeast that will make us truly rise and scale our impact in deeply powerful ways. And we should never doubt the power of even a single choice we make and action we take. Many years ago, when I was about 21 years old, I made a declaration that I would become a vegan. When I learned that becoming vegan is one of the biggest ways I could reduce my environmental impact on the planet, as well as show my love, reverence, and respect for my fellow earthlings in the animal kingdom. And going vegan for only 1 month saves approximately 30 animal lives, 620 pounds of carbon dioxide emissions, 913 square feet of forest, and over 33,000 gallons of water. So that's the outcome of 1 month of just one person's choice. Imagine if all 8 billion people on the planet made just one conscious choice or one tangible action to embody our oneness during the 99 days of peace through unity. I think all of our global challenges would surely be healed. And this challenge calls us to make a conscious choice to do something that is really calling us, that little nudge from the universe that is encouraging us to just do it. And almost certainly, if we're doing it with the intention of supporting the whole, it will definitely have a significant impact. And once we truly and wholeheartedly commit, we will begin to attract all of the right people and situations that are needed to achieve our intention. So we all have to reflect on what's calling us. I think we all need to feel into that. And right now, in closing, I want to say, I'm going to declare that I will finish a book that I have started writing on the power of light during the 99 days. It's a little scary to say that publicly because I've been wanting to make time to work on it for years, but life's busyness always got in the way. But I know it needs to manifest. And now that I'm putting my 99 declaration out into the field, I'm going to make sure it happens. And hopefully that will be during the 2023 99 days and not the 2024 99 days. I really hope it will be this year. But the intention is set. So many thanks to World Unity Week for making this happen. So I just want to say I wish each of you best wishes that all of your declarations will manifest with ease into form during this year's 99 days of peace through unity and impact the whole in very powerful ways. So thank you very much.
Oh, Diane, so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for staying up late to deliver that message to us, and how inspiring. I love the power of light. Can't wait for that book to come out. And yeah, by the way, this is recorded and going out live in lots of different places. So that declaration is definitely on record. Fantastic. Going to finish a book. Now that's like setting the bar high. And I love the call out to let people who maybe been thinking about going vegan, or as Kailash Rao sometimes say, are going vegan, which sort of means it's a process. But maybe that call out to 99 days of, hey, let's do vegan for 99 days. Let's get recipes and let's cook together. Let's have some amazing kind of cook-offs. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful intention across the 3 months as well. Great idea. Thank you so much, Diane. Much
Thank
love.
you, Ben.
And on we go. And blessings on your manifesting the completion of the book this 99 days as we activate the Holomovement all together in one great field of unity. Our next speaker I could introduce for 10, 15, 20 minutes, but I'm just going to do a really quick one because we've got so much coming down the pipe. But it is the wonderful, the amazing, the innovative, the synergistic, and just the beautiful Mr. John Raymer. So if we could bring John Raymer up here, co-convener, co-partner, co-author of World Unity Week with his beautiful beloved bride, Summer Joy Raymer. It's wonderful to see you too. It's a sunny day in San Francisco, John and Summer, and it's wonderful to have your light here with us as we begin this journey up to World Unity Week 4, John. Can you believe it?
Gosh, oh my gosh. We are so happy to be here and grateful. In fact, just an example, Summer's sitting here, we're making a wave. So many signed members supporting this. We'll get to 100 pages. I mean, we are being the Holomovement. And thank you, Emmanuel and Laura, for giving form and shape to something that I think we all realize is so vital and critical. And I love, Ben, that we're framing this as an experiment. Thank you, Diane, for putting yourself out. Let's kind of balance this individual development with our collective development and end up somewhere we can't even imagine today on that 99th day in September. The world needs that now more than ever. We all know that. And was during World Unity Week last year that Brian Russo and Harry Uvegi stewarded the room on whole systems design and biomimicry. And a few months before, Kurt Johnson said, John, you should read this book, Teaming, by Dr. Tamsin Woolley Barker. And you should know that Vern Harnish, the founder of YPO, says that Tamsin's book is one of the most important books of our century. So I went because I love World Unity Week, and to hear the presentation that Harry and Tamsin were giving, and my life has never been the same. And the part that's so powerful, not only did Tamsin get a master's in biomimicry, but the honoring of place and the nature of place has built this bridge to the indigenous world that we all know is so essential and important for our time. So when you came back from Sedona and we met at the LA Converge, we said, of course, we want this 99 days to be in support of the Holomovement. And of course, we want to put forward the idea of radical collaboration. We talked with Tamsin about 99 days of radical collaboration by teaming up.
TEE.
TEE. So go to Team Lab, TEEM lab.com. And I'm introducing Tamsin. That's what's happening right now. And what's so amazing is that we're at a moment when the wisdom that you've been advocating for nature is beginning to make sense to all of us as we realize we have no choice but to come together in unprecedented ways. And with the impact of the AI, the collective intelligence that's all been now amplified for us, it's the swarm creativity that Tamsin talked about that I'm betting on. And this 99 days together gives us a chance to do a radical collaboration on the idea of radical collaboration. So Tamsin, and with Ubiquity University, when Jim saw you, he said right away, now you got a micro course going there. We're all seeing each other in ways we did not realize. It's the obvious that wasn't obvious. We really have everything we need. But like you taught me, Tamsin, the situations are caused by the patterns, and the patterns are caused by the relationships. And if we change the way we relate, we could change the patterns, therefore we'll change the situation. And teaming, like what we're doing with trusted sharing, is a great example. So I want to, unless you want to say something about Tamsin, I want to let Tamsin talk about yourself, your work, and the plans for the 99 days of radical collaboration.
I would love to say one thing,
yes,
just because time is precious. We have been dancing and radically collaborating with Tamsin, and this spring in the Borrego Springs space and land, the sacredness. And there is an invitation of radical collaboration in more ways than we realize with nature that we know better because of Tamsin. So that's just what I want to say. In front of this ancient eucalyptus tree, overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge.
So Tamsin's got this demonstration project, the Borrego Institute for Living Design. Gio Versi, she's the dean of the Center for Biocultural Leadership. There's a movie coming out about you and your work called Endangered Generation. So now let's hear from you. I mean, there's a lot. This woman is
so much to say.
A blessing and a gift.
Oh, John and Summer, you guys are so awesome. I'm so honored to be able to share my work. I mean, I've worked for maybe 25 years on this stuff, and it feels like it's all coming together, and I think it's really important that we do this. I mean, we're all living things, right? There's like 30 million different kinds of dazzling twigs on the tree of life, and we have the honor of being one of them, and we're all shaped by the same constraints and the same challenges and in the same ecosystems. So they're more than our relatives. They're our co-survivors and our co-creators. So I think we have the opportunity for radical collaboration. That's how symbiosis works and always has. So not just radical collaboration with other species, but with one another, to rejoin the human family and the living family and the tree of life, and really, embrace the potential that we have. So, every living thing is shaped to create conditions conducive to life. That's what we're designed to do. And yet, you look at the world today and you're going, well, what's holding us back? What's going wrong? And so for me, I embraced biomimicry. I was an evolutionary biologist studying the way that speciation occurs and the way that change occurs. And I saw, that biomimicry was so cool and innovation inspired by nature. I don't know if you know about Blue Planet, but this is a company that is mimicking the way that coral reefs create cement. It's how much of the world's energy and carbon is tied up in cement production, and yet coral reefs are doing that very naturally and creating conditions conducive to life with it. So this company, Blue Planet, started mimicking that, and they're able to, they say they can draw down all the carbon that we need within 40 years. So that's just one example, but there's so many. Jay Harmon is an Australian surfer, and he noticed that the waves were always spinning and the shells had this spiral too. And so he actually froze a whirlpool and cast an impeller, like a reverse fan from that, and discovered it was 85% quieter and more efficient. Fans are everywhere, right? That's 20% of the world's energy. So with that simple thing, we could be saving 85% of our potential. That's potential that our ancestors would have reinvested into our own communities and our ecosystems. So we know we can do that. So what I was doing, I was working with all these big companies, trying to help them design this way. But what I saw was they couldn't use the full potential because they just weren't designed to adapt. They were designed for efficiency. And so they were actually eliminating all the diversity, all the potential, because they were trying to control it. Like Anasuya was saying, we breathe. Nobody's making us do that. Life is self-organizes and self-healing, and it does these things very naturally. So why would we waste that? So I think that the potential is so powerful there, but we're flying really 3/4 blind to the potential in our world. So what I'm hoping to do is open people's eyes to the way that life really works. So what I've done, I've got this Ubiquity course, a micro course. It's in May, and it's 4 sessions. And each session will address one of the things I think that is holding us back from our teeming potential. It's we don't understand the way that life works, and so we're wasting that potential. We don't understand what kind of animal we are. We're designed to live in a village. It takes a village. We have to help each other. We're not chimpanzees. So I think we have to rediscover that, or the nature that we're in, and we can, change our structures and processes to support that nature. So that's the second thing we'll do. And then the third thing is this chimpanzee mind. They're our close relatives, even though our societies are very different. So we can look at what are those kind of chimpanzee dominance things that we fall into very naturally, and we can design our societies to prevent that, which our ancestors did very, very conscientiously. And then the last thing is this living design. We are disconnected from our places and our land and how to even create abundance in our communities. So that will be the fourth thing, this living design, and it's super exciting. We're working with Native Hawaiians to restore watersheds in the traditional ways. So it's really, biocultural renewal. It's really exciting. And I think we all need that. We all need to come home to our places and to one another. So what I did, I partnered with Chris Lopez. He's a regenerative practitioner at the Regenesis Institute. And we've taken the frameworks, which are very rigorous ways of thinking about the things we do, and merge them with teaming. So they're fully integrated. So because people would say, well, teaming's cool, but how do I use it? So now my new book is The Teaming Transformation, which will show you how to do that. So this micro course will kind of be our first test run. So we'll get to try it out. And then we're going to do the 99 days of radical collaboration by teaming up. So this is going to be really cool. We're going to meet weekly. We'll have a pulse. I'm going to be giving you frameworks and facilitation so that you can work on your work, but we're going to do it together. And so radical collaboration with each other and with living things. So I think it's going to be super exciting. And what will come out with it with unity, because even though we have our own projects and our own unique potential, we share a larger goal, which is, peace through unity. So we're going to come out with that. And I think it's going to be really powerful, because when we come out of the 99 days, we'll be aligned, and it's going to be really special. So I hope you'll join me for that. And I can't wait to share all this with you. And I've got Harry Uvegi here, who's doing everything with, and Harry, we're going to team up.
Yes. I met Tamsin when I met Harry at the same time. And Harry's been supporting Tamsin's work for many years. One of the founders of Biomimicry NYC. And his genius is in bringing the vision of living design to this critical moment. He lives in New York. The story about Harry is New York City, not only with Chief Perry and the history of the indigenous world there, but Madison Avenue, Wall Street, and the UN.
And the dandelion.
And the dandelion cracking through the concrete in the grid of Manhattan. So Brand Earth, what perfect partner for a new Earth Rising than Brand Earth? And Harry's not only been focusing on rethinking branding and how we can actually fund a just transition, but seeding certain projects around the world, like the project that you're doing in Borrego, like the project in Kauai. So that's a beautiful example of what teaming up is and demonstrating. So Harry, I'm so excited to finally get to introduce you to a broader audience within the Unity Earth world. And tell us about Brand Earth and the plans for radical collaboration for 99 days by teaming up with Brand Earth.
Thank you, John. You've been a major inspiration and a great supporter for both Brand Earth and teaming, and combining us together has been an incredible reward. I met Tamsin about 10 or 12 years ago, and we'd be chasing each other until recently we really started to work closely together on this. I'd like to start off with Anasunya earlier gave us this gift, and basically how she presented the blessing was Brand Earth. If we understand our own beingness and the vessel that we live in and the magnitude of power that we have within ourselves, we actually, through this conscious awareness, have the ability to make change without even having these sessions. But the idea of how we kind of exit this exodus of the past 420 years of corporate structures and the energy of living in a tar pit gives us the opportunity to recognize they're in the middle of an exodus. And this exodus is the pain point that we're all pursuing to exit from. And I think this is the opportunity for what teaming described and what the planet gifts us. And Diane was critical in our perspective of it being a bread issue, which it actually is. We just celebrated Passover, and we're heading towards the 49 days of when the tablets were brought down from the mountain. It's called the counting of the Omer. Omer is a sheaf. The sheaf is related to wheat and the blessings of creating bread. There's a detail within that bread that makes a difference. When you go to sourdough, it changes the dynamic immensely. It uses more water and more ingredients, and it takes longer to create. I think that separates us from the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. The tree of life is what we're going towards. Tree of knowledge is what has given us the past 500,000 years. So we're going from the industrial revolution back to ecological evolution. And I think that's the basic premise here of kind of shorting the sourdough process and getting back to the original design of just making bread. In fact, the story of Passover was we couldn't even travel out of Egypt. The lesson there was just to do basic premise without leavening the bread. It was just flat because of the urgency to leave. And it's kind of like the purpose of this time frame that we've given us 99 days. We have that opportunity to really do that on a scale never before. And that's where Brand Earth comes in. It's a new brand story, and it takes it from the perspective of what we use brand for that everybody recognizes and just shivers when that word gets spoken. But the idea of being respectful, accessing nature's diversity. And nature's diversity includes us. It's not just the ground. If when we meet other people, that's the diversity, the respect that we'd have with each other collectively and cooperatively, we get to do that relating to our own story, our own place. And when we can accomplish that, we have the opportunity to accelerate this. And I'm very impressed with what Emmanuel has written in that magnificent book of the Holomovement. I just think that Emmanuel is actually a reincarnation of Maimonides. In the 11th century, we spoke of the guide for the perplexed, and it's the same story. But this time we're doing it right, and we have the amplification to reach 8 billion people. Back then, it was just a local issue. And back then, it was just a few million people on the planet. So there's a big change between how people communicate with each other and understand that the Tower of Babel is actually a wonderful opportunity for us to engage with and to integrate with each other in a very powerful way. We have this opportunity from the grassroots. All of us have been grassroots for a long time. But what we have is global canopy, which is supposed to gift us the light to shine on the grassroots so we can grow. So Brand Earth is looking to invite the global canopy of the corporate world to participate in the shift, because what teaming is doing is allowing or presenting the opportunity that current conditions, how they can shift and how they can participate in the shift that we're all gifted to participate in. So we're all guests on this planet. Earth is our only home. Earth is our shareholder. And Earth is our only brand. So when we have this respect for accessing, assessing, adopting, and adapting nature's diversity, we will have conquered in a glorious way, in an enlightened way, and a purposeful way to give us back to the gift that we are gifted to walk on. This mantle needs that level of respect and investment and understanding the flow related to restoring and restoring the gift that we're living on. We really need to focus on this in a very powerful, exponentially scalable opportunity. I know I can go on, but I just want to thank everybody for this opportunity to share this notion. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Harry. Thank you so much. And thank you to John and Summer and Tamsin for, the coming together here, which just feels like so much the right time, Harry. The work you're doing and stewarding with Brand Earth is of great significance. And, what we can do when we all come together and collaborate in these communities of purpose. Tamsin, your work is inspiring so many thousands of people, and it's wonderful. Now you've got the course on Ubiquity University that anybody can join for $99. What a great opportunity to learn from, the very source of teaming up and teaming lab. It's amazing, and it's just the right timing. And thank you to John and Summer, the mighty networkers and connectors that you are, John and Summer, and the Sign Network for building conditions, allowing these relationships. I loved how John unpacked some of your teachings, Tamsin, that it really goes back to right relationships to begin with. We're going to have a whole program on this. We're going to have a whole hour or 90 minutes on this. So this is just whetting your appetite as we get ready for what's to come next. We have, as you said, Harry, you can share lots more, and there's lots more to share. So I'm excited to you left me wanting more, and I'm sure that's true for many other people out there. So let's have a major featured event in World Unity Week all about this, teaming up, radical collaboration, and Brand Earth, hosted by the Sign Network. It's a done deal. Thank you. We love you. Let's go forward together. There's work to be done. We're going to take a little pause now as we enter into the music, and look at the gifts we have. The gift of studying the miracle of nature, the gifts of music, beautiful food. I love the bread analogy, Diane. That was so great. These are the basic aspects of our unity: food, music, togetherness, nature. We have everything we need, Gary. Thank you, brother, for being with us, and we look forward to hearing your share as we gather for this new Earth Rising and this assembly and this walk up to World Unity Week.
So good to be invited. Thank you, Ben. And I know that you're expecting music because that's what people expect with me. But I'm going to actually give a little sneak preview of what I'm going to be offering during the big event in June that I was invited to participate in. So I'm going to just slam through. I'll probably do a little bit more than 6 minutes, try not to do more, but I wanted to give you a sneak preview on what I'm most passionate about. You guys have heard
you will need to be within 6 minutes, just to let you know. You will have to be within 6 minutes.
All right. Then I'll just rush through as much as I can. And so here, just want to show you a couple of things. So play from start. So what I'm really curious about, and I loved John Raymer, what you said, that the way when we change, the way we engage, we change everything that happens following that. So what I'm really passionate about is, as you all know, is how music can change our way of engaging. And if we're locked in this whole way of being in our linear rational minds, we lose the point. So I just want to share. So our belief that our linear rational mind will solve all our problems, we all know is not going to happen. But what can music do? And here's the problem. We're all in this state of awareness fragmentation disorder. We've all aware that we're all about mind, body, heart, and spirit and soul, but we're pretty much all of us in the soup of operating from a linear rational mind. So if we change the way we look at things, the things that we look at change. So if we deepen the way we feel, hear, embody, sense, and imagine, everything fundamentally changes. And this is what is required for the Holomovement warriors, Holomovement samurais, if you will. And after all, we all probably are traumatized. The premise that I'm offering is, what if heart coherence is just the beginning of the kinds of coherence that's possible? What if there was soul coherence, deepening our intuition, spirit coherence, embodiment, body coherence, mind coherence, expanding the linear rational capacity? And that's what this piece I'm about to play you, which some of you might have seen before, but we always look at things at a different point in the river, right? So as I introduce this track, I want you to remember that how we bring our heart and body and mind and soul to everything is like, on the cellular level, our cells are like a cymatic experiment where we get to change the mitochondria and the cells and the interstitial fluid and the organs to look like this instead of chaos. At a cellular level, that matters. And it matters how we unify by including our heart, body, mind, and soul. So I'm just going to go right to the piece of music, which is envisioning together. Just want us to all take a breath and allow beauty itself to meet the needs of our souls, right? So as we look at this piece, which we've seen, let's not just look at it, but let's feel it. Let's imagine it. Let's embrace it. Let's breathe it in and imagine the year 2030. This is what we created for Unity Earth in 2022, but it's how we bring ourselves to these immersive experiences that matters so much. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in June. And here, just soak in the experience. What if music and media can help us make the decision to the right side of this photograph? Here we go. We did it. We create at the frequency of which we vibrate. So check it out. Take a deep breath and imagine together.
Let's take a look into the year 2030.
Breathe into this.
A time when we can see the results of so many people making positive change. Let's feel right now what it's like to know peace on our planet. Let's see what it looks like when Earth is free to restore her natural beauty. Let's listen to the sounds of people who are living in harmony with each other and with nature. Let's sense the deep love for life that has created this change. The people who have joined together to do good for the world. The individuals who had the courage and determination to do what they knew was right. The organizations that change direction for the sake of our mutual well-being. The leaders who encouraged us to trust ourselves and our inner knowing. The spirits who whispered in our hearts, showing us the way when we couldn't see it clearly. These are the expressions of love that unite us and give us power to move forward, creating the world we long to live in. Let's bring that world into the present moment and live it today and tomorrow and the next day and every day on the path to 2030 and beyond.
When we can share this kind of coherence and feel our innocence is reclaimed and allow music and beauty to have her way with us, we change the way we relate to ourselves, each other, and the earth. And I just want to thank World Unity Week for inspiring me and Sarah to create these tools. But remember, these tools are available to you all as conveners and facilitators, and they'll be part of the cycle again for 2023. And remember, when you set aside 3 minutes to bring our souls and hearts back online in your events that you offer, it changes the way we receive it. So I just want to continue to endorse that. And thank you again, Ben, for giving me a chance to share my passion of the way that music and the immersive arts change our quality of attention as we show up for these kinds of things. I love you, and I'm with you, and I love you all. Thank you.
Oh, Gary, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. I love the content you shared, and the transformance is just so magnificent. And so, it's so poignant. 2030, we're going to be hearing from David Gershon a little bit later, and the Peace on Earth by 2030 game. And again, to declare our commitment from the beginning of the decade was to steward, with John and Irina and Becky and the whole crew, World Unity Week across the decade to 2030. So there's something so powerful about your choice of that transformance today. And I know it resonated with many people. And your thought leadership in the field of vibrational intelligence, Gary Malkin, thank you for sharing your genius with us today. We love you and we're with you.
Love you too. Thank you.
That was awesome. We're going to bring up now beloved and esteemed Chief Dwayne Perry. Chief Dwayne Perry is a wonderful, authentic leader of the Ramapo Lenape people of the Eastern Gate. Split Rock as a sacred site, planning major events across the solstice, and particularly the 24th of June, when the call will go out to join with Chief Perry and his community at the lands at the sacred site of Split Rock. Chief Perry crossed the continent of Turtle Island to be with us at the LA Convergence and bring his light and spiritual leadership. And we're so grateful to have you with us today, Dwayne.
Well, let me first of all thank each and every one of you. And already been every time I listen in, I'm on a new learning curve of unity. It's astonishing. But a bit about what we're looking at in June, particularly around the weekend of June 24th, is to not just celebrate the return of a sacred site to the Ramapo people, to the Muncie people, but to create basically a World Heritage Site, an honoring of the spirituality that belongs to the entire universe. And in doing this, there's some other areas involved, but I believe there's a number of other acreage, maybe around 400 in total. Thank you. That we could basically create a tangible base for all of the ideas we've been sharing so well over the last number of years. I'm just, I can't even put into words. I'm just overjoyed to hear that people are doing so much all of the time and creating so much. But what I would like everyone to do, and I believe Tamison did it, everyone could give us one small example of what we can take back to share, a tangible example of what we can do every day to create a better world. I think one of the thoughts was do a thing of kindness, and some other things. Anyway, I know I'm rambling here, but what I would like to invite you all again, as the poster showed, we're looking to celebrate the opening to the general public, to the universe, basically, of a very sacred site that is known as a portal, if you will, a portal to a different thought, a different way of living. I believe as we create that will give that. I'm hoping this will give us here at Unity Earth and beyond at least a central point, a physical point from which we can grow from and to. And in my small way, I'm thinking, and as a New Yorker, I'm thinking, what a better way to bring the spirituality of humanity together than in metropolitan New York? Because if we can create it here, we can truly create it anywhere. And I'll stop boring all you brilliant scholars and just simply ask in a meek way, as we go forward, can we share one idea that perhaps I can learn from? I learn every day, but one that I can share, and one that we can all share to employ, so that when we do sit together, we do truly have a transformation into a better world, a radical collaboration of tomorrow. Thank you. And as you can see, I'm one of the world's worst speakers, so I want to also thank you for listening. So.
Thank you, Chief Perry. You are a great leader and a great presence among us, and we are very honored and grateful for your vision and leadership. And you know what really this is representing is back in 2020, we were all in lockdown, and pretty much everything was on Zoom. But every World Unity Week, we've had the dawn solstice ceremony live from the Ramapo lands that you have stewarded with, and we've covered it. But this year, really bringing the spirit of place into the event, so that people are going to be gathering. It could be at Stonehenge, it could be at Uluru, it could be at any sacred site around the world, bringing the spirit of place to the gathering. And that's what's going to be happening throughout World Unity Week, and specifically this event on the 24th. Look out for the, go ahead, Chief Perry. Do you want to share?
Only in that you've expressed exactly my thoughts so well. It is a sense of place and a sense of a global belonging, that there's a tangibility to us actually going forward. So it's not esoteric craving anymore. It's reality. It's a reality outside of our cerebral patterns of life, of which a lot of folks can't afford a book. Anyway, thank you. Ben's got it far better than I do. Thank you. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Chief Perry. And if anyone's interested in following up and connecting to that event, either by being there in person or in hosting an event that is in synergy with the event on that morning and midday around lunchtime of the 24th, Janice Hall and Linda Bjork. Linda Bjork and Janice Hall, you can reach out to them, and they will they're working, their chiefs angels on this. So stay in touch with them. Thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you.
We're excited about that. Thank you. Blessings.
Yes,
on
thank
Split Rock.
you. Thank you.
So this ceremony around the solstice and the beautiful, and yeah, of course, it's summer in the northern hemisphere and winter here in the south. For 10% of humanity that live in the southern hemisphere, it's going to be winter. And you know, at the heart of that really is a deep prayerfulness. And so it's with great reverence I want to bring up our next presenter, Reverend Deborah Moldo, who I could say so much about. Reverend Deborah Moldo was really the driving force of facilitating the event in Sedona, of igniting the Holomovement. Is the executive director, the director of the evolutionary leaders who are doing such extraordinary things in many ways, partnering with the Holomovement, really the source of the synergy circles that are doing such great things in the world. Deborah, you're a blessing, and it's wonderful to have you with us at the Assembly.
Thank you so much. And blessings to everyone who's on this call with us, who is welcoming the evolutionary impulse that's pulling us all toward a whole new way for humanity to live here on our beautiful planet Earth. I love what you just said, Chief Dwayne, that you're creating a portal into a new way of living. I really believe that's what we're doing together. And there's so much opportunity in our joining together. Look what we're all holding. We're all holding World Unity Week. We're all holding together 99 days of peace through unity. And by the way, and the 99-day challenge. And those 99 days coincide to what the United Nations calls the 100-day countdown to the International Day of Peace. And there's the energy of the solstice. There's the energy of June 21st and September 21st, where we're reflecting the sacred energies of the earth herself. And we are igniting and activating the Holomovement for all of humanity, the opportunity to come together and stand as one in the name of peace and harmony with one another and with the earth. And this is the new earth rising. And with all of this on our plate, as Anasuya said so beautifully, we have all the gifts we need from our Mother Earth. Plus, we have radical collaboration, we have teaming, we have soul coherence. Thank you, Gary. We have the spirit of place that is enlarging to become global belonging. And we have what we can do every day. As Diane suggested, acts of kindness. We can pray, may peace prevail on earth, the simplest prayer we can do every single day. So right now, I want to invite everyone who is on this call, listening with us in spirit, to take a moment and breathe in together this beautiful essence of our collective mission. Take it into your heart, take it into your body. And I want to invite you right now to bring in your highest guidance. Who is that for you? Is it an angel? Is it Jesus? Is it an archangel? Is it an ancestor? Is it a departed relative? Who speaks to you and brings you into how you want to activate your 99 days? Who is that? Call forth that presence right now, and let us bring them all into the Zoom room the Facebook page into our spirit and ask them for their guidance for what is yours to bring forth for World Unity Week and the 99 days that bring us to the International Day of Peace. And if you are receiving guidance right now in this moment, you're welcome to put in the chat what you've heard and what moves you to bring the fullness of your personal mission into this great collective of unity and peace. We have great work to do together, my friends, and it is a joy to do it together. May peace prevail on earth. Thank you.
Wow, way to go to weave everything together, Reverend Deborah Mulder. What a bouquet of wholeness and beauty that you have just brought before us. Thank you. And I want to acknowledge what was coming to me was I wanted to shout out to Avon Madison, who really was the one who gave us that instructions for peace through unity. And really is the angel, the presiding angel of the 99 days. So thank you, Avon, and excited about what this year can bring. And thank you for all of that beauty and wonder that you've brought before us, Deborah, in a way that really you have such a unique gift and skill to do so. Thank you. Much love. And we're going to continue that spirit now as we go into the role of the arts. And it's a real delight to bring A-Marie forward, and A-Marie has been just a great steward of the breath and of air and of that one holy breath that connects us and unites us all. Sister, it's so good to have you with us, and we're delighted to be with you in the one breath.
Thank you so much, Ben. It's a delight to be here. I'd like to invite everyone to close their eyes and to breathe during this time of my sharing. We are one. We are the new earth, rising up, singing a new song from a full cup, dancing on the edge of infinity, integrating all that we are meant to be, transmuting all into this beautiful mystery that now unfolds in the new day as one. We are the new earth, rising up, answering the call of freedom through liberated destinies, postulating in humanity, forming this microcosm that macros into this purposed, auspicious elevation that we now embrace. For we are the co-creators of all that we now see that has lain dormant in Mother Earth's belly, waiting for the time to be heard, to be seen, to be felt, to be shared, to be embraced in this uprising. We unite all dimensions of who and what we are meant to be, proclaiming in one united voice, we are rising. We are rising. We are rising. And we take no disregard for what has been, understanding that it has been the launching pad for what now is. And in this moment, we embrace all in love, in joy, in peace, in harmony. We are rising. We are rising. We are rising. We are positioned to elevate this planet, beginning within ourselves, cultivating within our communities, and uprising in our global being. We arise. We arise. We arise. Rising up. Rising up. Light, love, peace prevail. We are the new earth. Rising up. E-A-O-ye. Ooh. Yo. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you. Can you feel it? You can feel it. We are the new earth rising up. Yes. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for your beautiful presence. Beautiful, beautiful gifts of breath and of poetry and of truth. Thank you. Amazing. I want to acknowledge everyone here in the room. Everybody here is a visionary and a thought leader and a project leader and an artist and a musician. We are blessed with an abundance of beautiful, brilliant lights here. And while not everybody gets a chance to take the spotlight today, then there is across this build up to World Unity Week and then across the 99 days, there is more than enough room and more than enough space and more than enough need to shine a light on everybody's gifts. And I just wanted to acknowledge everybody who's here witnessing this and to share that your brilliance will have its time to shine. And thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, Anne-Marie. We are going to move to an extraordinary visionary, someone who's dedicated their life to serving the good of the whole, and someone who is serving all of us across this 99 days as a vision keeper for the 99 days, and someone who does have extraordinary gifts in the higher forward philosophy of where we're all going, and that's Dr. Julie Krull. So let's bring Julie up. Julie, it's so great to have you with us here, and we're so honored and grateful to have you at the Assembly.
Thank you, Ben. This has really been beautiful, and every speaker has spoken words into this weaving that's been beautiful. I've been writing down quotes that I could just quote every single person that has spoken into the field for these themes. But what I want to do, I will share some of them, but what I want to do is kind of recap something quite extraordinary that happened on a call with Ben a couple of weeks ago that I think is really important. Ben was talking, we were talking about the 99 days, and back in 2020 when we were first bringing it together, I remember like those days of the Caravan of Unity, what's going to happen? And then World Unity Week was born. And Ben just recited the 4 themes to me, and something magical happened. And I went, oh my gosh, Ben, listen to this. So let me share those with you, because there's a pattern. And the pattern is the hero's journey, sometimes called the monomyth. And with the hero's journey, there's usually 12 steps, but there's 3 acts that we talk about in the hero's journey. And Bob Atkinson might be in the room. I know he was earlier. He is the expert on this. So don't look at me as the expert, but I just went, wow, listen to this, Ben. The first act is the departure. And Bob calls it the call to wholeness. So on the hero's journey, we have this call to wholeness, this departure. And then we move out into act 2, which is the initiation phase, the muddle phase, the path of purification. We go out into the world to try to find ourselves. Because why? We're in separation. So act 3 is the return. Act 3 is the return to wholeness. So listen to the first 3 themes, the first 3 years of World Unity Week and these themes. Year 1, answering the call. Act 1 is the call to the wholeness, the call, the departure. We leave wholeness, we go out into separation into the world, and we're doing that. Year 2, World Unity Week. Let's do something. And that's the initiation, going out into the world, the muddle, the path of purification. Let's go out and do something. And year 2, we were all out there going, what are we going to do? Let's do something. And we were moving into action. Year 3, last year, coming home together. Act 3 in the monomyth, act 3 in the hero's journey is the return home, the return to wholeness. So I want to propose that story's done. I want to propose that this monomyth, it's done. Harry talked about the time of restoration, restoring our planet and restoring our planet. And I want to invite us all into a new story that's based in unitive consciousness, a unitive narrative that is a new earth rising. That literally, we've left this one, imagine it, here we were on the monomyth over and over and over again, doing the hero's journey because of separation, the illusion of separation. We're done, we're complete. We don't need to go there anymore. So here's this beautiful opportunity of new earth rising, writing a new story and moving into action to build the infrastructure of this new earth that we need. So I just want to leave you with 2 just quick thoughts. And it has to do with evolution biology. Number 1, in evolution, we're moving toward greater complexity and greater coherence. So we're moving from single cell organisms, single cell organizations into this multicellular organism as a superorganism, multicellular superorganism that Tamsin teaches about. So the lesson is very, very simple from our beautiful friend, Elizabeth Satoris, who was here earlier in the room too, who says, when we leap from late adolescence to early adulthood, we create cooperative communities that care for all life and future generations. So let's write this story together. Let's move into action. Let's let the new earth rise in cooperative communities that care for all life and future generations together. So thank you, Ben, for this opportunity. And I just love these themes. By the way, they weren't planned out that way. It was just divine guidance. Ben and the team created those themes for year 1, year 2, year 3, and here we are. The monomyth's done. We're into the holomyth now, the holomyth. Emmanuel left. I know he would appreciate hearing the holomyth has begun.
Yeah, beautiful, Julie. I love that insight. And you have such amazing, gifts for insight and seeing things and connecting things, and we're really just so grateful for that. And it's exciting, and also that we're transcending those elements and taking them to a newer octave. I mean, there is still an unending story of answering the call, and also let's do something. And the 99 days of these missions of activating the Holomovement, that's the spirit of let's do something. And then when we get to September and Peace Week, we will be coming home together, and all of that is transcended in that higher octave of the new earth rising. So I love that, that insight that you've brought and that you've shared today. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much for being with us, and we look forward.
Keep raising the frequency and raising the octave every time. Yeah.
That's it. New story, as you said, new story, new humanity, new earth rising. Let the new earth rise. Thank you, Julie Krull. And we're looking forward to your continuing inspiration and exhortation as we go along this journey together to become the consciousness we want to see in the world, and to continue to act and come from that consciousness of the new earth that is rising within us and around us.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben.
I want to, I've been loving these peace lights that we see here. I'm going to bring them, actually, I'm going to just have a little message while we enjoy these beautiful, peace lights that are just flowing there. So friends, have a think about what will your declaration be as we build up to June? What's your goal? What's your initiative? I can tell you from Unity Earth, we want to have our podcast ready by September. We want to have the Dubai Convergence planned and funded by September. These are part of our commitments to what we will be doing, and we look forward to partnering and working with you and anyone who wants to join with us in our declarations. And we're looking forward to hearing yours. In a few minutes, we're going to hear from David Gershon, who's got a big dream and a big goal and a big platform on Peace on Earth by 2030. How resonant that is. We'll be inviting you to come in and play the game. We're going to be using the frequencies of the game as themes for days across World Unity Week. You'll be hearing more about that. We're also going to be hearing from another change maker, Barbara Prestia, who's going to be talking about her project in Uganda and the song they want to finish by September and the 99 days. But what will your declaration be? Again, it can be anything. It can be grand or it can be humble, but it's just important that we declare it together. We co-create it in a field where you're not alone, you're not isolated, you're coming into this field of wholeness, this invitation, this answering the call of wholeness, that what we do is connected to everything else. That is the very essence of the Holomovement. And we move together from June to September so that by the time we get to Peace Week, we'll find ourselves in a different part of the river than where we were, where we jumped in June. So all of that is very, very exciting. And just to take us through a little bit of the practicals before we hear from David and Peace on Earth by 2030, we're really excited. But to take us into a little bit of the practicals about how you register for this, how you start to play this 99-day mission, get ready for World Unity Week. We're still going to be stewarding rooms and having the convergence rooms. There's still going to be Trello boards and all the things you know and love will be a part of it, right, John? And then we're getting ready to have this participation form. We're just adding this action, these 99 days of concrete action across and these missions across. So let's bring Becky up as well, and let's hear about how people can go forward. Education, training, participation, the brilliance of John and Summer and Becky.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, I just put in the chat this idea of a 99-day catapult, right? The individual development, our collective development, and our co-creation of something unimaginable right now. And with Becky's support, people can be teaming up. We got Team Up for volunteering. There's education, training, and support sessions you're going to tell us about. And we've even got a form you could start to express your interest in. And I just want to challenge us all to, get out of our comfort zones, in that intrapersonal holiness for interpersonal wholeness. So, Becky, I know that you're not feeling well too, and you're still here.
Oh, you guys are medicine to me. Yeah, Goddess Corona is working through my bones, and I'm grateful to be upright today and with everybody here because this truly is medicine. And I just want to just speak directly to anybody who feels lost right now, because this is a new language that we are inventing, this new way of loving presence with and for each other. And so I feel that part of my role is to reduce despair and try to hold hands with people so that they can find what is theirs to receive and what is theirs to give. And so I'm just holding that, and that is what our education training and support sessions are all about. We hold these sessions, and I'm going to share the dates with everyone. And when you actually register, you'll receive the dates in your inbox. But we offer those so that we can gently tell you more about different ways. We have so many ways that you can help. Just your presence coming to events is enough. And yet maybe you discover that you want to offer a presentation, or you want to launch an initiative over the 99 days. Maybe you want to, I've had a couple people post in the chat on the live stream that they want to finish books, and there are a lot of people that are saying that too. And so we're here to support how you would like to amplify that during World Unity Week and throughout the 99 days. And so we're really grateful. We'll be offering these sessions to help you find your way and be there to answer your questions directly, so that you don't feel lost, because we help each other. You know, this journey that we share is about supporting each other, and no one goes ahead. We're all here together. And so with love and love of Kermit the Frog, I'll sign off, pass back to John, but I'll share the screen for the dates. I guess, John, I could share those dates just so you all can mark your calendars now, and I'll pass it over to John to talk a little more.
No, everybody's welcome here. And even there'll still be an open space if you don't get a presentation offered during. Now, what we're doing is both convergences are still happening. There's World Unity Week, and then there's Peace Week. And you can choose to perhaps steward a room that you want there during World Unity Week and or Peace Week, or you could steward a 99-day mission. So that's the real innovation in this, is that, and you could still present. You could say, I want to present during World Unity Week or Peace Week. You could still be a volunteer and team up.
Is this mine or is this yours?
Oh, thank you.
That's ours. Yeah, thank you.
Someone doing the kind thing for us here. So the platform is grown to include this 99-day expression of radical collaboration and unity. So Becky's got the dates up there. Everyone's welcome to come. Education, training, and support. We'll take it from the strategic to the tactical to the operational, guys. This is really ours to do. Care for each other. Don't write yourself off and say, well, it's complicated or I don't understand it. Come, bring that with whatever your considerations and concerns are. That's what we're here to do. That's what teaming up's about. You want to add to that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I first off just want to send some healing to Sister Becky, who is sick, and I think some of her family's sick, and I just want to hopefully we can all just send a healing wave to her in this present moment. And you know, there is always a place for anyone that's lost in these gatherings, in these convergences, and you know, the hub, here you belong. So if anyone is lost, this is a great place to start. And you don't have to know what your missions are, what book you're going to write and finish, all of these huge, you know, grandiose. Sometimes simply being there for another person in their presentation is like golden. And or just standing up because you're sick and you need to share information like dear Becky's doing, like that's enough. And hopefully she can lay down and rest after this, you know. And it is part of teaming, you know, is the fact that we all can hold different roles, and there may be times where we think we're going to have all these ways and we're going to need each other, that maybe we aren't going to be able to show up in all the ways that your highest visions and dreams are. But that also is part of the experience, because you get to surrender to recognizing there's always someone to hold you up. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Never is.
Perfectly
And that's
imperfect.
okay. So I just wanted to add that.
All right. So there's a form you can fill out to express your interest. Say you want to register, you can just register to attend. You could say you want to be a steward of either a convergence room or a 99-day mission. You could say you want to present, or you could say, hey, I want to volunteer and help team up to support the whole thing as a whole. This is the reverent revolution coming to life. And, you know, I don't know if it's true, but I'm operating as if we're the ones, guys. Who knows? I mean, we found out after that we could have really done this and we didn't do it. Our, you know, our future kids are calling us, our ancestors are rooting us. I'm behaving like this really matters. And everyone's decision to play and to play full out is going to team up and it's going to roll up and we're going to actually wake up and remember the tremendous opportunity we have. Thank you, brother.
It sounds like there's some sales wisdom there. Assume the sale. Let's assume it. Let's do it together.
You're on a roll, brother John. While you're rolling, let's introduce David Gershon. John, you jump in and introduce David.
He's such an inspiration about how really social change happens.
Where is he?
He's coming. He's coming. he's in Woodstock, no doubt. Becky, you went mute and I didn't see.
I don't know. I put in the chat, I put the Mighty Networks. We have a Mighty Network as well that you all are invited to join. And I'm going to put the link into the form because it's easier for me to do than John. And invite you to join us on May 11th to find your way into the magic canoe. Thank you all. Thank you, Ben.
John, do you want to say a few words about David as we bring him up?
I do. You know, I was blessed to found the Compassion Games, Survival of the Kindest. I saw David for a second.
He flashed. And
there he is.
There he is.
And David, I know you cringe sometimes when I tell this story, but it's really true. You know, he said, John, what you're doing with compassion.
It's called tough love.
It's really good. It's great, but it isn't going to make any difference if there isn't behavior change at scale. It was like a punch in my gut. What do you mean? I thought compassion and love and you know what? He was right. And changing behavior is hard. Changing the way we think, changing the way we act, changing the very choices we make. And it was David's inspiration. We took the compassion torch to Ethiopia and met with the peace flame. And David's whole life has been dedicated to enlightening us about how change happens, how the social change really happened. It's a joy and honor to be doing this with you, David. You've made such a difference, and your expressions of that in action in the world are huge in making a difference. Like the Imagine Project for the development of women, or for the Cool Block Challenge and everything you're doing. But peace on earth by 2030, that was already in our DNA and our bones. So we've had the joy to team up with Miranda and with the team and with you, David, and the Empowerment Institute. And now Ben got the bug when we went down for the Sedona and the Holomovement, and Julie had the insight, oh my God, these frequencies and actions, this is just what the world needs to know about right now. So we're looking forward to really teaming up and making Peace on Earth by 2030 be the only game in town, because it's a game changer and we desperately need it. Love you, David.
Bless you, John. I was softer than the way you make it sound, but there is something to do with up-leveling the way we show up in social change spaces. But thank you, John, for receiving that so beautifully. So I want to talk about, and Ben, thank you for the invitation to share our vision and our plan for creating peace on earth by 2030. We call it a moonshot for humanity. And for the next few minutes, I want to invite everyone to enter into a dream space with me. A dream space meaning being willing to open up to a possibility that this is the moment and that we can do something extraordinary. So let me start with a story. In 1986, at the height of the Cold War, a torch of peace was passed around the world. The first Earth Run, in partnership with the United Nations, engaged 1 billion people through the media, 25 million people on the ground, and 45 heads of state in 62 countries. And for 86 days, wherever the torch of peace went, all wars stopped and the world was united as one. Thousands of groups around the world worked together cooperatively to achieve this audacious goal. at a time when there was limited communication connectivity and very few social networks. Everything had to be scraped together piecemeal, but the world was ready then. So it happened, in spite of these limitations. The world is even more ready now. So what we're proposing is not a 3-month experience of peace on earth, but a 7-year plan to actually create peace on earth by 2030, humanity's most profound dream for itself. And our mantra is John Lennon's Imagine, which has become the global anthem. He sings, "Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one." So this is the dream moment for us, I believe. We, out of the Earth Run, found that there were 7 strategies that ignited and enabled the world to come together in common cause to bring a torch of peace around the world. These 7 strategies have evolved into what we call the game. And the game is combined with robust social change tools carefully honed and tested in hundreds of cities with millions of people over these ensuing 4 decades. And when you add to this the global communication connectivity, our deep social networks and profound yearning for a better world, and the conditions for the impossible to once again become possible are now in place. If not now, when? If not us, who? We can do this. 2023 we see as the year in which the great turning towards peace on earth within this decade ramps up. Empowerment Institute, our institute, creator of the first Earth Run, in cooperation with many, many dedicated partners, 20 of which came out of the Holomovement event, and many of which are on this Zoom call, will lead this initiative. We'll be doing this through building what we call a planetary unitive field, populated by peace on earth zones, where people come together and play the game, and practicing these 7 unitive actions and corresponding golden age frequencies. Through embodying these practices, POE zones evolve into golden age communities. Community by community, year by year, over the decade of the 2020s, we will galvanize a global movement dedicated to peace on earth by 2030 and ushering in the golden age civilization prophesized for humanity. My beloved Miranda, my dear, dear Miranda, will share a little bit with you all now how it'll work with World Unity Week, the 99 Days of Peace, and Peace Week. Miranda is also the game manager, so she puts all this on the ground. So Miranda, please tell us how all these things fit together.
Hello, everyone. And John and Summer, we love you so much. And Ben and everybody. I know many, many people on this call and have for many years. This is some of the most exciting work that I do in the world as we've been piloting this Peace on Earth game and the Peace on Earth zones for the last 2.5 years and how all this will work. We have miracle after miracle that we're trying to make videos about what has happened already. But we're super excited to join with World Unity Week, with 99 Days of Peace, with Peace Week. I've been part of these events for every year since their inception and happy to be here. So how do we work with World Unity Week, 99 Days of Peace, and Peace Week? So there are 3 roles. So in general, we're asking people to do missions over the 99 days, but World Unity Week will be an introduction to what the game is and the frequencies and the actions, as David said. So there are 3 roles. There are POE zone leaders or Peace on Earth zone leaders. If you're a community organizer, if you are tied to local things in your community, if you want to actually light up your physical community to be a Peace on Earth zone, a Peace on Earth sanctuary, a place where you do the actions over and over as teams and really grow it in your community, then you could be a POE zone leader. We're also looking for game leaders to just help run a team, either virtually or in person, gathering 5 to 8 people and just playing the game one time or as many times as you want to. We're also looking for PO partners. So we're already collecting many PO partners as we went to the Holomovement event, LA Convergence. PO partners come in and help us to get the word out, to find more game leaders, team leaders, PO zone leaders, and help us just get the word out, emails and social media posting, kind of being ambassadors for this. With World Unity Week, we will be practicing each of the 7 actions and the frequencies per day over the 7 days. There will be opening day, and then we'll start right into each day, showing you how the game works, but also bringing us into the amazing actions and holding the frequency of what actually happens in the game. We're doing this to help people become familiar with the frequencies and the actions so that it doesn't feel scary to you. If you do want to be a leader after this, you'll know what the game entails and know what those actions are, and have laid the frequency within yourself and start to get a feeling of what it's like to do that with a team and in your community. Over the 99 Days of Peace and Peace Week, we'll invite everybody to play the game, either virtually, starting your own team, but everybody gets to play. We also are asking everyone to be partners with us in recruiting. World Unity Week and Unity Earth and Compassion Games and Sign and Unify, and many partners will be doing a big recruiting process to get as many as we can, all the way leading up to 1,000 PO zones over the next year that we're looking for, but 99 days will be a big push and heading towards 25,000 players of the game in this next year. And then on the International Day of Peace, which has been a very special day for me that I've celebrated my entire life, and help with Unify, connecting with Unity Earth, connecting with Sign, and all of these beautiful groups, Pathways to Peace, Fumi's organization. It's just a beautiful day where thousands of groups around the world gather and have events, have concerts, have peace walks. But we'll be having a big celebration event as we count up how many groups are recruited to start PO zones, to start teams, that are running teams and their accomplishments that they're having happen, and share stories. And each year we'll be continuing to do that. So there will be a special info session on May 18th from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where we will unpack in more detail how the game works, what it takes to be a leader, what it takes to be a partner, what it takes to start a PO zone. So there's not very much we can fit in this tiny bit of time, but please come May 18th at 1 p.m. We'll send out emails as well, and I'll put it in the chat as well. And if you're ready to get going now, or you're excited, or you want to partner now, we would love to talk to you. So I'll put my email address in the chat, and you can contact us now. We'll set up meetings anytime and get going. And we love you all.
Beautiful, Miranda.
Oh my goodness, how exciting. Peace on Earth by 2030, the game. What a brilliant initiative and innovation. And those frequencies are so beautiful. And David, just honoring you, going back to the incredible miracle that was the Earth Run. Was it 1986? I mean, what an extraordinary achievement. And then to take everything that you've learned across this half a century, really, of activism and of engagement, and of really thinking about how real change happens, and how real transformation unfolds, and then being conscious and deliberate about designing something to engage a mass movement around that and have this big, hairy, audacious goal of achieving peace on Earth by 2030. I'm excited. I want to play. We're going to have those frequencies, across the days of World Unity Week. You're going to be hearing a lot more about this. May 18th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's come together then, and let's really marshal our teams. These guys have done an incredible job. They've got teams in Afghanistan, teams in Africa, in parts of the world in some of the most challenging contexts. So what an exciting call to play across these 99 days, to begin to learn the game, to play the game. You're going to love it. You're going to love the actions, things like befriending the other, taking time to go and meet somebody you don't normally talk to and connect to. It's really beautiful actions across the whole field of the game, Peace on Earth by 2030. Thank you, David Gershon. We're excited. The time has come. And thank you, Miranda. We're very, very, grateful, and can feel your enthusiasm, and that this game really can change the world. So thank you for being with us. We're gonna hear now from another change maker who's got something so resonant with what Miranda and David just shared, doing incredible work with a school in Uganda. Barbara Prestia, if we can bring Barbara up to come and join us here at the top. Barbara, it's so great to have you, another Aussie here, and welcome. Tell us about your great project and how anybody can get involved, and what's your declaration for the 99 days?
Well, first, thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be here among tribe and family. I feel like, when I'm in these spaces, I feel I'm at home. I've been working with a beautiful village. Actually, John is here also. I don't know if we can bring John on as well. He is really the driving force in this village in Uganda, and he reached out to me just over 18 months ago. I'm a vocal production coach here on the Gold Coast, Australia, and he wanted me to help with Zoom lessons with the students at this school. It's a rural village, so they aren't privy to a lot of the things that others are. And I said, yes, let's give it a go. And it's growing weekly. I do a weekly Zoom on a Sunday with these beautiful students. We're working on music from all over the world. Obviously, as a vocal production coach, these students have amazing voices to begin with. So it's easy for me. It's not hard to produce this sound.
Barbara, John is here. He needs to turn his video on, and we can.
Oh, John, could you turn your video on? And we'd love to see you. John is an amazing force to be reckoned with, and so my goal with John is that we are collaborating a song between myself and the students in Uganda. We're working on that, and we would love to, use this as the 99 days to work on this. Obviously, we are always short of funds, and we do need donations constantly. But John's vision isn't to receive donations forever. He wants to build a self-sustainable village. So through the arts and through music, we are always looking at building this village that is self-sustainable. So right now I'm sourcing funds for chairs that John can rent. It's been very tough over there for them at the moment. And he's had to actually close the centre down at the moment because he can't pay for staff. So these are things that we, don't even understand in Australia in particular. So this is my pledge. I'm not sure if we can get John up.
No, it looks like he may have fallen asleep. It's the middle of the night.
It's very late. Maybe he's loved it. I know he has loved being part of this. And hopefully he will join us and become, a regular with us. But yes, the Followings Foundation, if anybody would like to join, to donate, please do through Followings. Lauren runs this foundation, and I also collaborate with her, as I just didn't want to go down that foundation's route. I'm an artist, and it's all a bit too much for me personally. So yes, that's our pledge. We will work on this song, and hopefully by September we can have something for you all.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. What a great commitment. We're going to have a song with the kids from the school in Uganda. Barbara, if there's any links or anything, pop them in the chat. Yes, thank you for your big heart and your good work. We look forward to meeting John maybe next time when it's a better time in Uganda. So friends, thank you, everybody. Thank you to our speakers. Stay with us because we're going to close with a bang now. But thank you to everybody who's been with us, the speakers, the presenters. It's just been magnificent. A beautiful example and a beautiful field of New Earth Rising. Feels so beautiful to be in it together. We are no longer anticipating the future becoming. We are in it. We are the new Earth Rising. And I'm so delighted to introduce dear friends and brilliant songwriters and musicians, Pookie Lee and Bob Baker. Welcome. Great to see you guys again, Bob and Pookie.
Well, hello, everyone. Wow, wasn't this just the most amazing 2 hours that you've ever spent listening to the possibilities that we're all embarking on together as this global family, as we're holding each other tightly moving forward. And I love this whole thing with this 99-day challenge. That is so fun because, the thing that's so important to remember is that everyone matters. And everything that we do matters, no matter how small, no matter how big, it all matters. It all assists in the raising the vibratory frequency of our beautiful Mother Earth, our joy, our supreme joy, our passions, our loves, our delights, all lift that energy up. And when we're activated together, we're collaborating together, we're playing together in this beautiful field of possibility, and we're dreaming this dream into creation. And so, as I like to say so many times, we look around for like all of the answers out there in the world. Really, and the truth of it is that the answer is us. It's us. We're each the answer, right? And sometimes we don't even know that we're the answer. We're looking out there for the answer, and the answer is right here where we are. And so it's just realizing and remembering who you are and what it is that you bring into this moment right now, and that you matter and that you make a difference. You are significant. We couldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it without you. So whatever it is, your passion, whatever it is that maybe that yearning that you've had, something that you're wanting to birth, now is the time. It's really the time right now to do that, to let that seed that's been buried deep within your soul emerge into this new spring, into this new earth, into this new earth rising. We're rising together. We're growing together in deeper in love. And what we're doing is we're falling in love with ourselves, we're falling in love with each other, and we're falling in love with life. And together we can do this thing. We're doing it. We're actually doing it. So we were looking at our music, and I was listening, to as we were speaking, and I said, Bob, this is the perfect song. So this is a new song to you.
New song to you.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, I'm just going to chime in. I'm saying,
yeah, do it.
What she said. That's all I really have to contribute to the conversation. Pookie summed it all up there. It was great to be with you. So enjoyed. Still vibrating from the LA Convergence. That was such an awesome experience. So I have a newfound appreciation for many of the familiar faces that I and names that I see here. And so yeah, boy, and we're just gearing up for the summer 99 days. That's
Everybody get ready.
That's a good long time to work on a goal or something.
Wow, just imagine what we can do together. Like, we're gonna watch it, we're gonna witness this, we're gonna all be in this together, we're gonna see it being made manifest. It's gonna be so amazing. Okay, let's sing. Ready, babe?
This song actually was several years old, but I don't think we've ever played it for the Unity Earth crowd here.
No,
but it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Here you go. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You have so many questions, who, why, and where. You're searching for the answers, but they are not there. You feel so uncertain, what is the truth? You look for the solution outside of you.
You got to clear your mind. And go inside. And in good time, you will find
the answers in you.
Oh, the answer is you. You want to live a full life, but you don't know how. And you grow so impatient, you want it all now. Oh, where are all the secrets? They've got to be here. No matter how hard you look, they are nowhere near. You got to clear your mind, and go inside. inside, and in good time, you will find
the answer's in you.
the answer is you. There is no limitation to what you can do if you dream it and perceive it, if you truly can conceive it, if you know it and believe it, it has to come true.
The answer is you.
The answer is you.
You have so many questions.
So many questions.
You have so many questions.
So many questions.
Oh, you have so many questions.
So many questions.
You have so many questions.
So many questions. You got to clear your mind.
Clear your mind.
And go inside. And in good time, you will find
the answer is you.
The answer is you.
I said the answer is you.
Oh, I know. You know the answer is you.
The answer is you.
Oh, it is. It's you. And it's you, 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 and it's you.
Pookie, who's the answer?
The answer is you. And just remember, there's only one of us here.
We have 99 days to figure out, find ourselves.
Oh, thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Ben, and all of our beautiful, beloved family for inviting us to share our infinite joy of to sing and share this music with you. And yes, new world rising, new earth rising. We rise together in love. There's nothing that can stop this. Nothing at all. We are in full force, moving ahead. So beautiful. Thank you.